All right, we are back with another episode of It's That Easy. And guess what? This is the 150th episode of the It's That Easy podcast. Pretty amazing, right? Who knew that I would do 150 of these? But the goal is 1,000, at least the first goal. So we got a little ways to go. But if you're watching, please like and subscribe to the video. I would greatly appreciate that. I've seen over the last few days more people have subscribed, and I am greatly honored that you'll do that. And if you spend any time of your day at all, minutes watching this episode or watching the show, I my hat's off to you because I greatly appreciate that. I love doing this. I don't do it for monetary reasons. They don't pay me for anything, but I do it because I enjoy it. And for if someone will spend the time to watch it, then I really appreciate that. And I thank you very much. So 150th episode. That's yeah, we've been through quite a lot there. But we don't want to keep you guys. We'll run through this. So today, horrible picking day at least. Actually, and horrible baseball day because I picked the Rangers and they're getting killed 5-1. But if you're like the Spurs, they're up by 10, so that's good. But yeah, the Rangers game isn't completed, and I think the Baltimore game isn't done. But I'm going to go ahead and call them. I was 1-5 today. Overall record 224 and 150. We're still 74 games over 500, so that's really good there. But let's get into Friday's games. We got a whole slate of Friday's games. Everyone's playing 30 teams, 15 games. Let's get into it. So, Kansas City Royals come to Texas, who I will admit, my hat's off to the Houston Astros for putting a beat down on us 3 of the 4 games. As of May 28th, 2026, I will admit that the Astros are a better team than the Texas Rangers, but we got a long ways to go. So anyway, we host the Royals. The Royals coming to town. Royals are 22 and 34. Pitching Kolick, 2.77 ERA. That's good. Last start, 9 innings, no runs. That is super good. You don't see a lot of pitchers go 9 innings. So very impressive there. He's won his last 2 games. They've won 3 of his last 4. Wow, saying this out loud, now I really don't like my pick. Rangers 25 and 30 pitching Gore, 4.42 ERA. His last 2, 6 innings, 1 run, 1 inning, 2 runs. Not good. Lost his last 2 games, lost 3 of his last 4. The as of after today, the Rangers will have lost 2 games in a row and 4 of their last 5. Okay, I messed up. I picked the Rangers. I'm gonna change it. So you got this on recording. I'm going I'm going Kansas City because we're really bad right now, and I don't know how to get out of this slump. So let's see what happens. So remember, Kansas City dog pick. Braves traveling to Cincinnati. Braves are 38 and 19. That's a good record there. Pitching Holmes, 3.78 ERA. He lost his last start, but he won the 4 prior start, or the Braves won his 4 prior starts. The Braves have won 1 game in a row. They won today, actually. They did beat Boston. They lost 2 days ago, but they won today, or yesterday they lost. They've won 2 of their last 3 games. Reds are 29 and 26, so respectable record there. Pitching Paddock, 6.86 ERA, not respectable there. They've lost his last 5 starts. They lost their last game, but they did win. They were on a 3 game winning streak before that. Uh, A's, A's, Braves are favored minus 143, and I got to go Braves. Until otherwise noted, the Braves are a good team. They can go on the road and beat the Reds. Twins traveling to Pittsburgh, which I was watching the Pittsburgh game earlier. They're actually losing 7-2 to the Cubs, who have been struggling. Twins 27 and 30, pitching Bradley, 2.77 ERA. That's actually a really good ERA. 5 point. Oh, I'm sorry. Won his last 2 games, lost the 3 prior to that. Um, the Twins have lost 2 games in a row, and they've lost 3 of the last 4. Not good at all. Pittsburgh, 29 and 27, pitching Keller, 3.64 ERA. They won his last start and 3 of his last 5 starts, so that's really good. They did lose 1 in a row, and after today, it'll be 2 in a row. But they were on a 3 game winning streak before that. This is a tough one to pick. Pittsburgh was they were actually favored today to win over the Cubs because Skeens was pitching and he lost. I feel like I don't know about this one. I got Pirates here. Only going Pirates because they're both struggling and the Pirates are the home team, but that didn't help them today against the Cubs. So, um, but I'm going to stick with Pirates. You know what? First game of the series, I'm sticking with Pirates. Let's go there. Padres are going to Washington. Padres are 31 and 24. That's a good record there. Pitching Giolito, 2.70 ERA, also a good ERA. Won his last two games. That's really good. But the Padres have lost four in a row. They got swept by the Phillies and they lost to the Athletics before that. Um, Nationals 29-28, just over 500. Pitching Alvarez, 2.84 ERA, also a respectable ERA there. They won his last four starts, so that's really good. The Nationals did lose their last game, but prior to that, they were on a four-game winning streak. So the Padres are favored, but I gotta go Nationals. Yeah. So another dog pick right there. You got Kansas City, terrible Rangers, and you got Nationals. Blue Jays traveling to Baltimore. Blue Jays don't have a starter yet, but they did win today, or they've won two in a row. Did they win? Let's see. I can tell you. They did win 2-1 over Baltimore. Started off that series good. Um, so they've won three in a row now, and four of their last five games. Baltimore struggling, 26 and 30. Their records are practically the same. Pitching Young tomorrow, 3.47 ERA. They've won his last four starts. Up to today, Baltimore had won three in a row. Now they've lost one in a row, and they won four of their last five. Now they've won four of their last six games. There's no line yet, just because I think because the game was still going on. So I got to go. I picked Baltimore because they were on a roll. Now the Blue Jays are on a roll. I'm actually going to go change that as well. So we're going to go Blue Jays tomorrow. I'm pretty sure the Blue Jays are going to be picked to win as well. So they won't be an underdog. But remember, KC and the Blue Jays. Angels playing the Tampa Bay Rays. Angels 22 and 35, pitching Urena, 2.58 ERA, won his last two starts and won three of his last four starts. They've won one in a row. Did they play today? They did play today, and they whipped the Tigers 7-1. So pretty impressive. And they've won four of their last five, make that two in a row, and five of their last six games. The Rays are 34-19. One of the top records. The Braves are better. Let's see, better than the Brewers, same as the Yankees. So good record. Pitching Martinez, 1.51 ERA. That's a super good ERA there. Um, Won his last start and four of his last five starts. The Rays hit a little bit of a bump. They've lost their last four games. They lost to Baltimore and they lost to New York. I think they got swept by Baltimore and lost New York before they went to Baltimore. But they're playing the Angels. They're hosting the Angels. So for that reason, I got to go Tampa Bay. They're a heavy favorite tomorrow. I don't know if I'm thinking they're that much of a favorite, but I would go Tampa Bay on that one. Boston is traveling to Cleveland. Boston 23 and 32. Man, not a good record for those guys. Pitching Bello, 6.43 ERA. Um, Lost his last three starts and four of his last five starts. They've lost their last game. I think they played today and they got whipped today 10-2. So they've lost two in a row and they've lost five of their last six games. Guardians 33 and 25. I think that's a quiet 33 and 25 there. You know, you didn't realize the Guardians were that good. Pitches Saccone, 5.18 ERA. It's okay. But they did lose his last start. They won for his last four prior to that. So good for them. The Guardians did win their last game, but they were on a losing streak before. So maybe they've turned it around. The Sox are struggling. Guardians maybe not struggling as much. Guardians are favorite. We're going Guardians tomorrow at home. The Marlins are hosting or traveling to New York to play the Mets. I think they just switched this a week ago. The Mets went to Miami, and I think Miami swept them. So Maybe they're out for revenge, or maybe Miami's like, yeah, we'll show you how that goes. Miami, 26 and 31, pitching Meyer, 2.52 ERA. His last two starts, he went 7 innings, no runs, 6 innings, no runs. That's super impressive. Won his last five starts. Now, the Marlins had lost their last two games coming into this matchup here, but they won their three prior, which the three prior were against the Mets. The Mets, 23 and 33, pitching Peralta. Um, 3.52 ERA. They did lose his last start. They won the three prior. So, because the Mets had been struggling for a while. They started doing a little better. Now they've kind of hit a rough patch here, but they did win their last game. They lost the four before that. So, because of that, you know me, I do like the underdogs. I'm going Miami tomorrow. Miami, it's like they'll see them, they're like, oh, yeah, we beat you guys the other day. Psh, 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 knocking in runs. Yeah, they'll win again. So, Detroit traveling to Chicago. Detroit's a struggling team. 22 and 35 pitching Valdez. 4.28 ERA. They lost his last four starts. Detroit lost their last game, which was today against the Angels. Actually, I think that was before. So I think they've lost their last two starts. Um, they've also lost four of their last six games. The White Sox, 29-27, just over 500. Pitching Fetty, 5.47 ERA. Not impressive starts. 3 innings, 8 runs, 3 innings, 4 runs. Those were really bad starts, actually. They lost his last game, but they did win three of the previous five for him. The White Sox have won two in a row, including yesterday. Oh, no. Sorry. Today. They beat the Twins today, 6-2. So let's see, White Sox, and they've won three of their last four games. Actually, make it four of their last five games. So for that reason, and because they're hosting, you got to give the home team a little bit of an advantage there. Detroit, I don't have a clue why they're favored, except for the fact that Fetty has had some terrible outings his last two, but that could change. That could flip right there. So we'll go White Sox tomorrow. You know what? If it stays that way, great. We just win. We get dog money, so that's even better. Dog money, remember, is good money. Let's see. Brewers traveling to Houston. Uh-oh. Wow. That's the Houston team that's putting a beat down on us. Boo. Brewers 33 and 20. They're doing pretty good. I think they're struggling lately though. Pitching Crow 2.61 ERA. They've won his last two starts. The Brewers have won three in a row. They swept St. Louis. Astros 25 and 32. Probably going to be 26 and 32 after today. Pitching Tang 2.19 ERA. That's super good. Last two starts, two shutouts, or at least in the innings that he pitched. They've won his last two games. They've won three of his last five games. They've won one in a row, but they're actually going to win two in a row because they're going to win today. And they've won that after winning today. It'll be five of their last six games. I had a hard time picking this one, probably because I'm mad at the Astros right now for put a beat down on us. Let me make sure there's no line yet before I give this. Oh, there is a line. So Milwaukee's minus 122. So Milwaukee is the favorite. 8.5 is the over under. I'm going to go Milwaukee only because they're both doing well and Milwaukee is the better team, but they may not be the hotter team. So don't quote me on that one because the Astros can go home. If they take this momentum, they can go home and win because they've been pitching. Well, they've been hitting really well. Jordan Alvarez, the dude's like MVP candidate right now, killing it. Or at least against the Rangers, he's killing it. So who knows what happens the rest of the league. But I'm going to go Milwaukee tomorrow. We'll see what happens. See, a lot of these are the first games of the series. So you got to get a feel for the series. We'll see game one, and then you kind of see how the next games through the weekend line up. So Cubs going to St. Louis. Cubs are favored. Good for them. 30 and 26, pitching Imanaga, 4.04 ERA. His last two starts have been really rough. He gave up 7 runs and 8 runs. They've lost his last three starts in a row. He lost to Houston, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. But they did win their last game, except for today. I think they lost today. So too bad for that. No, sorry, they won today, 7-2. Sorry, the Cubs have now won two in a row. So Good for them. Cardinals 29-25, just one game less than the Cubs. Pitching Leahy, 4.44 ERA. Lost his last start. They've won three of his five starts, though, of his last five, so that's pretty good. The Cards have lost four in a row, obviously from playing the Brewers. Um, and so, yeah, because of that, I know that the Cardinals are at home and the Cubs have been struggling, but I gotta go Cubbies tomorrow. So go Cubbies, let's go. San Francisco and the Rockies. That's going to be an interesting one. Everybody says they score a ton of runs, like the balls fly out of the park in Colorado and in Sacramento, where the A's are playing. But I don't think San Francisco is that great of a team yet. San Francisco, 22-34, pitching Webb, 5.06 ERA. Lost his last three starts and lost four of his last five starts. The Giants have also lost three games in a row. They got swept by Arizona. Rockies 20-37, even a worse record than San Francisco. Now we see why San Francisco is such a heavy favorite. 7.21 ERA for this guy. That is really bad. They've lost his last five starts. They've lost their last five games. They got swept by the Dodgers and Arizona. Or not, they didn't get swept by Arizona, but they lost Arizona, swept by the Dodgers. This is a tough one. What did I pick? Wow, I can't believe I did that. Well, I guess they're both struggling. So I guess I'm going to go home team. Sometimes the Rockies, I will say this, they did play the Dodgers tough in a couple of those games, but they did lose. So maybe they turn it around. Now I'm contemplating that pick there. It's a good dog pick. I mean, if you're looking to make some extra money, you're not going to really do it betting on the Giants. So I don't know. We'll see. But we'll keep it. Game one, let's keep the Rockies for now. The Yankees going to Sacramento. Yankees 34-22, pitching Rodon, 4.15 ERA. He's lost his last three starts, but the Yankees have won their last four games, sweeping Kansas City and then beating Tampa Bay prior to that. The A's 27-29, just under 500, pitching Severino, 4.23 ERA. They won his last start, but they lost the three prior to that. A's have lost three in a row, and they've lost four of their last five games. I'm not going to say automatic. There's nothing automatic in Major League Baseball, but and I don't. And the Yankees, you would think would actually be higher. Yesterday, or they're playing Colorado. They were like, no, maybe it was the Dodgers. Sorry, thinking differently. But 149 is a good. I mean, you can still make a little bit of money there. You probably want to parlay that one, but they think the ball is going to be traveling out of the park because they got over under is 10. Arizona Diamondbacks traveling to Seattle. 30 Diamondbacks 31-24, pitching Gallon 4.880 ERA. Won his last two starts, lost the three prior, but the Diamondbacks are on a roll. They've won their last five games. They swept San Francisco, and before that, they beat Colorado a couple of games. Mariners 28-29, just under 500, pitching Kirby 3.54 ERA. They've lost his last two starts and three of his last four starts. But the Mariners have won three in a row because guess who they beat up on? The A's. So, and they weren't, I don't think they were dominant performances. I feel like when Seattle wins, then they don't win like 10-1. They win like 3-1 or 4-2 or something like that. So Diamondbacks won five in a row. Seattle's won three in a row. I got to go Diamondbacks. This is game one. Let's go a dog. Diamondbacks to win that game. Let's see what happens. Last one, Phillies and Dodgers. So a couple weeks ago, I'd have been like, oh, easy win for the Dodgers. Phillies are actually doing pretty good. 29-27. They just got back over 500, and they were struggling prior to that. Pitching Wheeler, 1.67 ERA. Super impressive. Last two starts, 6 innings, no runs, 7 innings, no runs. So super good start there as well. They won his last five games. Phillies have won three in a row and four of their last five. So you would think like, hey, we should probably go Phillies. Dodgers 36-20, pitching Robleski, 3.07 ERA. They lost his last start, but they've won three of his five starts. They have won five in a row. They swept Colorado and beat Milwaukee right before that. Um, it explains why, though, the Phillies must be doing pretty good because against Colorado, LA was like minus 400. Against Philly, they're minus 120. I am going Philly tomorrow, because they seem not just because on the roll, but their pitcher is lights out. If the Phillies are going to steal a game this series or win a game this series, game one is a good one to steal. So going Phillies tomorrow. So these are your 15 picks for Friday. Let's see. Let's run through them really quick. Remember KC over Texas. Embarrassing. But I got KC, so they're a dog. Washington is a dog. Miami's a dog. Um, White Sox are a dog. I'm pretty sure though we said the Brewers were picked, so they're not underdog. But I will say this: if there's an opportunity for the Astros to beat the Brewers, it could be tomorrow because the Astros are on a roll and the Brewers had the day off. So could be there. Let's see, Cubs. I got the Rockies. That's a close one there. San Francisco's not great. It is at home in Colorado. Got the Rockies as a dog. They're kind of a big dog, actually. Um, Arizona as a dog in Seattle, and then Philly is a dog in LA. So look at that. Let's see how that goes. So if you're watching, thank you for watching episode number 150. It's been a lot of fun. Let's do this like another 850 times to hit 1,000, and let's see what happens. But I appreciate you watching. If you are watching, please like and subscribe to the video and turn on your notifications. That way you get notified when I do post a new video. These are your 15 picks. Enjoy them. Hope they do great for you. Hope you have a great Friday tomorrow and you end your week on a super high note. And if you do bet on baseball, I hope you win a ton of money. Have a great one.